Hello, I'm Nikki Fargas, president of the Las Vegas Aces, and I'm here with two of the most influential women in women's basketball. We've got two of the greatest players that you probably haven't even heard of their names. So today we are joined with Musiette McKinney and Cardte Hicks. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
Love it, love it. Glad to be here.
Thank you for having us here, yes.
Well, you know, the one thing that's so unique about where we are today in the WBA and women's college basketball is the amount of attention and the amount of exposure that we have. I just want to take our audience back in time.
Okay.
Because you guys played in the first professional sports league, the WBL. And so just talk about what got you interested in sports. And Cardte, we can start with you.
Well, I grew up with 5 brothers, and they were like my idols. 2 were younger, but we would play basketball games, pickup games and stuff. I was out throwing a football as far as you can go, and I was even asked to try out for the boys' football team. And of course, Title IX was not in, so that wasn't going to happen. I was pretty blessed to be able to have the ability to watch my brothers and friends play. So I just wanted to do it, but I did something a little different, you know. My ability to jump high was unbelievable. I mean, I would have to make sure I don't step on anybody, so I was hang on the rim, get out the way.
You're sitting down, but we're talking about 5'9".
Right.
5'9" and the first to dunk in a professional sports game.
Yes.
So your vertical is ridiculous.
46.
And you? Let's talk about your start.
Grew up in Chicago, and it was just something for the kids in the neighborhood to do. But the most important thing is the support. You know, my brother played, my brother and I played sports. My sisters were in the entertainment industry. They were singers. And so we moved to California. And by the time we got there, all the kids played. And so I had a great middle school. I can still remember them. Great middle school teacher and coach, Velma Sandoval. My high school coach was Juanita Tober. And then from there, I ended up going on a college scholarship. And that's when you really played. And fortunately, I'm out there in Pomona, California. There's nobody around Long Beach or LA. So we found this summer league. And that's when everybody came together.
Yeah.
Cardte, Nancy Dunkel, Ann Myers, Anita Ortega. And it was just incredible to be around them and say, we're going to continue to play. But we never said we're going to play pro.
Yeah.
There was no sight seeing that this was coming until our senior year.
When you graduated, there weren't a lot of options for you professionally at all. So take us back to that time.
When we graduated, let's say we finished eligibility and then we're heading toward graduation and everything, that's when everything began to be, okay, it's going to be a women's pro league. And we really didn't know what that looked like.
Yeah.
We didn't know what it looked like. And the closer it came to the draft time, we were like, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't have no draft parties. We probably didn't even sit in the living room with our families. We got a phone call. Hey, you got drafted. You know, San Francisco Pioneers and everything. Okay, so what does that mean? And Frank Laporte was calling with Gary Yoder, and we're trying to figure out. But when we went to the first practice and everything, we knew that they meant business. They had everything that you can think of in 1979 for a women's, for us to pay attention. I think there was 13 teams, 10 to 13. I'm not really sure. I know the furthest we went was New York, Stars, New England. And then we had some, Orleans. We went to Orleans, Chicago. So it might have been 10 to 13 teams. We flew, Marshall Geller, our team was like first class.
Yeah.
We really, really enjoyed playing there because we felt like it was legitimate. It would be like coming here and going, you're in the WNBA. This is legitimate. And so the other part is, now the pay wasn't that much. I mean, you had Annie Myers and Anita Ortega, they got paid more than some others because when they looked at their record, their scoring and everything, you know, being an All-American. But, you know, you went for it. Your family backed you. As long as you could pay the rent and eat food and stuff like that, you were good.
I didn't really care about the pay at the time because I just wanted to play. I enjoyed the fact that I could mesmerize some of the fans. I just wanted to put on a show. I just wanted to have a good time, and I had great teammates, and we loved each other. And you know, we'll go to Tommy's Joint on Van Ness, usually after the game. Remember that place? And we eat there, and we just all chit chat and talk, and you know, it just felt good.
And the crowds, the arenas that you played in, you know, share a few of those stories too as well.
Well, the Civic Center it really was a nice place to play. It really was. They, you know, they bring out those roller bleachers, and you know, and the fans were very good to us. They were. But I think there's some areas where we played. Did we ever play at a high school or more college
Yeah.
gym? College, and sometime a high school gym that had enough bleachers.
Now players are practicing hour and a half.
Yeah.
Talk about your practices during that time.
3 hours.
Yeah, we practiced a long time.
We practiced. I mean, the fear factor was in the practice, because we went like you've never gone before. Sideline slides and everything, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Exactly.
And, you know, at the end, we're icing and everything. And we had a great trainer, Joanne DeHollow.
Oh, yeah.
And then the biggest adjustment, what do you do now? You're so used to going to college and everything. So 2-3 hours later, it's like, what are you going to do? Watch soap opera? You going to watch General Hospital? What you going to do? You know, our saddest day was when we knew Marshall Geller, he had a event in the cellar of this restaurant. He said this is the last time the San Francisco Pioneers will be in the cellar. I mean, he put out everything for us.
Yeah, he did.
We packed up and went home and never came back. So we never told San Francisco goodbye.
Yeah. I never dreamed, just never dreamed that we would ever be able to have something going here. And I wish Moose would have went along with me. I went to Europe. And I had an opportunity to go over there and play, and I ended up going to different countries, and because I never thought we were going to have anything in the States. So that's what a lot of women are doing even today.
Yes.
And they haven't put closure on their dreams, and they're just taking it overseas. But for me, when I came back, I told Moose, I'm going to get a team, and they're going to be called the Legends. And we were playing against high school boys, beating them, playing against exhibition games, against the police department, local police, and beating them. And it was just because we had something to prove, you know. And then I wasn't able to take it further as much as I wanted to, but we had a chance to put some closures on our dreams. And as for me, I just didn't want to come back to the States, because I figured my game was basketball. I loved it. I loved how the kids would treat me. I felt like a movie star or a star in there. You know, the kids would all run up to me, they want me to sign. And that was just a wonderful feeling. But now when I see it, I'm like, God, thank you. Thank you for giving these wonderful women the honor that they deserve. So, you know, but Moose is not telling you everything. She's not.
Okay, Moose, come on.
Moose was something else. You know, now if you don't know what a moose is,
I'm a point guard.
okay, this is Moose. Okay, Moose could handle the ball, and she would take you one-on-one. She didn't care. She took charges. None of us wanted to take a charge, Nikki, because I didn't want nobody hurting. You know, girl, I said, girl, you gonna have something when you get older. I'm telling you, stop getting hit. And she just stand like this and get hit, and they fall straight down. Moose. She didn't fall.
Had to be like Michael Cooper.
Yeah, she was like, bam. She said, "What I tell you?" You know, that's her Moose. So I said, "Oh man, look at Moose."
That
that's
was
how the
survival,
nickname.
because, you know, toward the end of the league, you can tell there's some things change, and when you start looking at people getting traded just like they're there and then they're not.
So you could start to see that.
And you could feel it, because you were like, who's going to be next?
Yeah.
Right.
The things that we had to be concerned about was, you know, people are like, what about my stuff in my apartment? What about this and that?
Yeah, you had no time.
And we had all kind of people getting traded to our teams, and then other Like I said, we show up for the one team. We show up for the one game. We're excited. We run in. We're going over the plays and everything, and then we run out, and we notice the other team hasn't came out, and the horn sounds. So we're like, then they go, attention. Whatever team that was, I think in New England or Minnesota, there will not be a game this evening, because they walked back into the locker room and went right out the back door because they hadn't gotten paid.
Yeah.
Musiette, can you share with us, and you've spent 30 plus years with UNLV and the work that you've done there, and could you just talk a little bit about that?
Well, the first couple of years was in athletics. I went from coaching to game ops, doing some great things, and we had a great staff back when I was there. They still do. And then I went into education, ended up working for Andre Agassi, and it was incredible who you met there and what we were able to do with the students. I had a fourth grader. He only makes $100 million. He plays for the Ravens, Ronnie Stanley, number 79. Because he told me when he was young, this is what he was going to do. And then now, for the last 20 years, I've been in education, working with programs like TRIO and Gear Up, Upward Bound, Gear Up, parenting programs. And the best part about it is when you see the start of a student's career in education, and then you see not only that they can graduate from college, but we actually have some that got a PhD. They're doing some great things. It's not even an end result. They're still going, but that you were a part of their life.
I think the one thing that I want to also touch on is that you're coming up during a time where there wasn't a lot of exposure like it is today.
Yeah.
And, you know, just talk about what that meant for you seeing what we are today and how we do have sellout attendances, selling out across the board.
Yeah.
You look at the viewership, but what does that mean to you guys today, seeing what it was not and what was not available for you?
Well, for me, I'm just grateful. It's like, I'm so proud to see that women actually are finally getting the recognition they deserve.
If you look at the aces, you look at before Becky gets them, Coach Hammond, look at their coaches. I'm looking at Jackie Young, because I know her coach, Muffet McGraw, who we had to play against. I can understand why Jackie is the way she is, because Muffet McGraw was no joke at all, none. And I got a strange feeling she was out there balling with Jackie. If you are not as talented, you will outrun them. That was always Muffet with her two little knee pads on and everything. Just an incredible person. They come from a great foundation of teams and coaches that love them.
You look at the talent, you mentioned Jackie Young, but is there any player, even now or in the past, that reminds you of yourself?
I just did not like people having that, I was thinking that, well, I'm going to score on you tonight. No. I got a little Angel Reese in me. I ain't going to do that. But I can really tell you, without looking at who I am, who I just really, really marvel, and that somebody with her height and everything that she's all about, there's no way that Asia Wilson should be able to do some of the things she does. And nobody wanted to take the ball out. Take the ball out, then I can't get to the other end to score. And so, you got to give the flowers, to them and just really look at what you were, because I was 5'9", play wherever you need to play. Yeah. We did the sideline break.
Yeah.
The ball comes in, you have to be at the other end in 2-3 seconds, and then see, that would have been Asia going down the middle, get the ball, throw it to Asia, layup. So it would take 3 to 4 seconds to get that score. Yeah. That was our transition.
Yeah.
Any player for you that resembles your game, or?
Jackie.
Jackie Young.
Yeah, because she can hop. She got hops. She can get up. I watched her. She has some really nice moves. And I said, man, that girl remind me of me. And my brother actually, one of my brothers, Joe, called me and said, sis, you watching the WNBA game? I said, yeah, why? Don't that girl right there remind you of you? I said, man, look, bye. I'm trying to watch the game. But that's what they do all the time. And I hear it, But yeah, Jackie, I like the way she plays. I love her whole just hustle, getting up and down the court. And I would like to have her, see her, use your body, girl, and get on up in there and then hang in the air and look at them and then just lay it on up.
We could continue talking for hours upon hours because the stories that you guys have shared, I just hope that it sheds a little bit of light on the shoulders that these young women are standing on today.
Yeah.
Musiette McKinney, Cardte Hicks, we will not forget your name. We are going to honor you, and this is a small way as the Las Vegas Aces in doing so. But we so appreciate seeing you at the games, being there, the work that you do in this community, only to make this one of the best places to live and raise a family. So again, thank you for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you at the house.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.